This morning. This is the CBS Evening News with John Roberts.
Good evening. John Roberts is off tonight. I'm Gretchen Carlson. So many candidates, so little time. With just 58 days to go and more than twice that many contenders to look over, California voters are weighing their options in the October 7th recall election. And one day after the filing deadline, one name above all is attracting the spotlight. Jerry Bowen has the latest on the pumped-up race.
The field for governor was front-page news. The ballot could be nearly 170 names long if everyone's certified. But it was Arnold Schwarzenegger in the political bullseye today. Clear front-runner and target of other Republican candidates who say the strongman actor doesn't grasp California's huge economic problems.
There's a great deal that I'm sure Arnold Schwarzenegger could teach me about making movies. There's a great deal I could teach him about the fiscal reforms necessary to set this state right.
This is not time for sound bites, Hollywood scripts, or short prescriptions. This is time for tough choices.
And some prominent conservative Republicans made them, signaling that it's okay to support the moderate Schwarzenegger, even though he's pro-choice, pro-gun control, and pro-gay rights.
I've known him for about 20 years. I don't agree with him on everything, but he's going to be a breath of fresh air.
And another endorsement from former California Republican Governor Pete Wilson.
People who in this state style themselves as conservative Republicans will be very easily able to follow him. My base, when I was in office, were these same people.
The heat is on Governor Gray Davis, as it was on supporters at an anti-recall rally today. Democrat strategists say Davis can still survive if voter tempers cool.
It's sort of like, if you're in a relationship and you get really angry at your spouse or your partner or whatever, and you think about walking out, in the end you probably calm down and say, I kind of like what I have, I'm going to stick it out. I'm not going to go out there into the cold, cruel world and throw this away.
But Davis knows all too well that right now most Californians think it's time for a divorce. The big question is whether frontrunner Schwarzenegger or some other candidate can say the right words to make them go through with it. Jerry Bowen, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Schwarzenegger's marquee value has already won him first place in the early polls, but will it be enough to keep him there? Bob Orr looks at the lessons to be learned from others who've jumped from show business to politics.
The show business stage,
I wish I was up on a rocket top,
says Ben Jones, is less daunting than big-time political theater.
This is in fact a whole lot more fun than being in Congress. Everybody likes you.
But Jones knows he may never have been a two-term congressman from Georgia if he hadn't first played Cooter on the 70s TV show The Dukes of Hazzard. Now a much bigger Hollywood player is hoping to trade fame for political power.
Well, an actor should be no more precluded from running than, a butcher, baker, or candlestick maker.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Tough guy Clint Eastwood used his Dirty Harry clout to become the mayor of Carmel, California. Sonny, minus Cher, warbled his way to Capitol Hill. Actor Senator Fred Thompson moved from Hollywood to Washington and then back again. And of course, it was a B-movie star from the 40s and 50s who reached the highest political pinnacle.
I think that what Reagan did, because he absolutely went all the way to the top and kind of legitimized the actor's role, kind of made the world safe for Gopher and Sonny and Cooter and Fred Thompson.
Fred Grandy, who traded in his role as the Love Boat's Gopher for a congressional seat from Iowa, now hosts a radio talk show in Washington.
So is that the governor-elect of California, or what?
He says a Hollywood resume can create political opportunities. Schwarzenegger's appeal will attract new voters.
That kind of name recognition would cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars in a regular campaign.
But Gopher and Cooter say name recognition is not enough.
I'll be back.
Now the Terminator must convince voters he has answers for California's problems. A valid political agenda which transcends celebrity. Bob Orr, CBS News, Washington.
The debate over Iraqi weapons stepped up today as the administration's public use of intelligence data came under new fire. Mark Knoller is with President Bush at his Texas ranch.
While the president adamantly denies he misled the nation about the reasons for going to war, new questions are being raised about a key claim in his case against Saddam Hussein's regime.
Our intelligence sources tell us that he has attempted to purchase high-strength aluminum tubes suitable for nuclear weapons production.
The administration has long argued that those tubes were to be used as centrifuge rotors to process uranium into weapons-grade material. But in a lengthy 5,000-word article, the Washington Post lays out new doubts about that intelligence. According to the Post, scientific analysis had found the tubes unsuitable for any nuclear purpose and more likely to be used in Iraq's rocket program. The CIA was aware of the analysis but rejected it. Still, the once classified national intelligence estimate made public last month by the White House cites the tubes as part of the compelling evidence that Saddam was trying to produce nuclear weapons, though the report contained a forceful dissent by the State Department's Intelligence Bureau. The Washington Post also quoted two senior policymakers as saying the administration greatly overstated Saddam's near-term potential for producing nuclear weapons. Vice President Cheney led the administration charge on that point a year ago.
Left to his own devices, it's the judgment of many of us that in the not-too-distant future he will acquire nuclear weapons.
The White House stands by its assessment of the Iraqi threat, but a final judgment on the tubes and other pre-war claims must await the findings of a government review team analyzing pre-war intelligence, and that study may not be completed for months or even years. Mark Knoller, CBS News, with the president in Crawford, Texas.
Still to come on tonight's CBS Evening News, remembering dancer Gregory Hines and turmoil in the Episcopal Church.
So what did the doctor say?
He said the reason that I'm having trouble getting around is pain from arthritis.
Really?
He said to get moving again, I should take a leave.
But we've always taken Tylenol.
I know, but the doctor said that nothing is better than Aleve.
Doctors know Aleve can stop pain all day with fewer pills. And Aleve works right at the site of arthritis.
So how's the Aleve working?
Like a charm.
Aleve. And for all-day non-drowsy relief of your sinus pressure and pain, try Aleve Sinus and Headache.
Sometimes people bring me more than just their pet.
That's Buddy.
Ooh, and about 100 of his closest friends. And when pets have fleas and ticks, your home and family might have them too. So I recommend Frontline Plus for dogs and cats. It kills fleas fast and lasts longer than any other leading brand. And it kills flea eggs and larvae. Frontline Plus also kills ticks, including those that may transmit Lyme disease. It's my job to keep dogs and cats healthy. Fleas and ticks, that's another story.
Frontline Plus, veterinarian's #1 choice.
Room service. Your grape nuts, sir.
It'd take 4 bowls of grape nuts to get the B vitamins in just 1 bowl of total.
That's a manly breakfast. Your raisin bran.
10 bowls to equal the zinc in total.
I'll keep the gym open. Your special K is
40 bowls to equal the calcium in total.
Late checkout this morning?
You need Total. It's got a 100% daily value of 12 vitamins and minerals. No other leading cereal comes close.
Bowl of Total,
I'll take
please.
Total.
Kitchen's just closed.
Total Raisin Bran. 1 bowl, 100%.
More than a makeup, it's Makeup Plus. Aqua Smooth Makeup from CoverGirl covers beautifully. Plus, it reduces the look of pores, dark circles, fine lines. Plus, it improves the look of your skin every time. Aqua Smooth Makeup from Easy Breezy Beautiful CoverGirl.
This is Trisha.
Have you asked your doctor about Singulair? For more information about Singulair, visit Singulair.com.
Got gas, pressure, bloating? You can take Tums after Tums, Pepto-Bismol after Pepto-Bismol. But to treat gas, you want Gas X. Tums doesn't treat gas, neither does Pepto-Bismol. Gas X has the only medicine proven to give fast, powerful gas relief.
Popcorn?
So you can get back to feeling like yourself again, fast. Gas X beats the bloat, and acids don't.
Right on target. Now, Grecian 5 hair color targets only your gray hair to leave subtle tones like your own natural color, all in 5 easy minutes. Grecian 5 targets only the gray.
Not one of these allergy medicines can give you long-lasting seasonal allergy relief without the risk of drowsiness. But Allegra 180 can. For people 12 and over, side effects are low and may include headache, cold, or back pain. Choose long-lasting relief without drowsiness. Allegra.
The president of Liberia said goodbye to his country today. Charles Taylor, who led the former American colony into 14 years of civil war, said he would sacrifice his presidency for peace. Taylor has promised to leave Liberia tomorrow. In Iraq, another day of street riots. British troops clashed with Iraqis protesting fuel shortages and power cuts. At least one Iraqi was killed. And with temperatures topping 120 degrees, the latest American soldier to die was a victim of heat stroke. In Europe, more than 40 people have died in a record-breaking heat wave. The torrid zone is covering the continent from Italy all the way to England, where the temperature topped 100 degrees for the first time ever. The approval of a gay bishop and same-sex blessing ceremonies in the U.S. Episcopal Church has set off a global conflict in the denomination. Its echoes were felt today from the bishop's home church to others whose leaders are threatening to split the church. Jim Acosta has our report.
Reverend Gene Robinson came home to New Hampshire in a warm welcome after his confirmation as the church's first gay bishop. But in Texas, there was a standing ovation for one Episcopal church rebelling against homosexuality.
It is not a church of advocacy or endorsement of a practice that is outside of God's best for people.
The Reverend David Roseberry is one of several conservatives considering whether to divorce themselves from American Episcopalians, a move that would require the approval of the worldwide Anglican Communion in Britain. Fissures are forming abroad. In Africa, Nigeria's Archbishop called Robinson's election satanic. Episcopals sidestepped this issue just last month when a homosexual church leader in England declined the chance to become a bishop there. But there is speculation within the church that won't happen this time.
The church has lived with controversy.
The Reverend Daniel Matthews of New York supported Robinson's confirmation in part to confront the issue.
If Gene Robinson pulls out and says, I quit, I'm to save the church, that will come up in another diocese before very long, and another diocese, so that this is the time we have decided we're going to make the stand on this issue.
If anyone chooses to leave the church, it's because they've chosen to leave the church.
Robinson is also taking a stand, telling parishioners this Sunday he feels chosen to play a role that could make or break the church this October when Episcopalians convene in England for a global summit on keeping their faith united. Jim Acosta, CBS News, New York.
Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy says U.S. law has gone too far in punishing criminals. Speaking to the American Bar Association, he said mandatory minimum sentences are too long and a waste of resources.
I accept neither the wisdom, the justice, nor the necessity of mandatory minimums. In all too many cases, they are unjust.
Justice Kennedy's stance puts him at odds with the Bush administration, which is monitoring judges to make sure they follow strict sentencing guidelines. Coming up next, old friends fighting it out in Texas.
We ask people why they use stimulant-free Colace laxatives.
My doctor recommended it.
My doctor.
I heard about Colace capsules from my doctor.
My doctor told me.
Our family doctor.
Colace Capsules is the #1 stool softener brand recommended by doctors. Colace laxatives are stimulant-free to provide the comfortable relief people can rely on.
My son recommended it.
Your son?
Yes, my son, the doctor.
Colace Capsules. Ask your doctor.
When your eyes feel dry, irritated, there's Refresh brand eye drops. First, Refresh relieves and soothes, then forms a lasting shield of protection to keep irritation out and moisture in. #1 doctor recommended Refresh relieves and protects.
Raise your hand, you got it. Raise your hand.
Sure Unscented. It's the #1 selling unscented antiperspirant. Get outstanding odor and wetness protection minus the heavy scent.
Raise your hand if you're sure.
For the price of this bottle, how many glasses of pure filtered water can you get? This should give you some idea. Pure, just as good as bottled, at a price that's 10 times less. Pure water filters. Your water should be pure. The Pure Water Filter. So easy to install and use, anyone can do it. Pure water filters. Your water should be pure.
I love getting up in the morning. It wasn't always this way. Then I discovered OsteoBiFlex. It safely lubricates joints and rebuilds cartilage. So over time, you're more flexible and comfortable. OsteoBiFlex. Put some life back in your joints.
Still brushing your dentures?
Florence Sanderson?
You're missing more than food particles. You're missing the triple mint freshness of new Polident. Polivescent power cleans away odor-causing food particles brushing can miss. Triple mint Polident for minty fresh odor control.
Shaq's back is hurting. Don't know how he can play the second half.
With strength. The strength of the new Icy Hot Back Patch.
Bigger than ordinary patches and easy to apply. First, it's icy to dull the pain, then gets hot to relax it away. The new Icy Hot Back Patch for hours of relief.
Count on it.
Not one of these allergy medicines can give you long-lasting seasonal allergy relief without the risk of drowsiness. But Allegra 180 can. For people 12 and over, side effects are low and may include headache, cold, or back pain. Choose long-lasting relief without drowsiness. Allegra.
Yesterday, we reported on the dispute between the Catholic Diocese of Brownsville, headed by Bishop Raimundo Peña, and the United Farm Workers Union, which represents 4 women fired by their parish priest. Those Catholic workers are now asking questions about the church's willingness to practice what it preaches in tonight's Weekend Journal. We think of the church as a place of worship, but it is also a place of work.
I probably put it in an average 60 to 65 hours a week, very joyfully.
The fired staff say this was never a dispute over the work. They began thinking about a union when 2 years ago, Bishop Raimundo Peña terminated their traditional pension plan and replaced it with one he said gives employees more choices.
It was no longer a good plan. So the reason for the termination was that, to offer them a better plan.
But pastoral associate Ann Cass was not so sure. After working 22 years for the church, she received $16,000 when the bishop ended the old plan.
I would be getting, at the age of 65, I believe it was $3,600 a year. Under the old plan, I would have received $10,500 a year. I find that a significant difference.
Fearing other changes, employees in 4 parishes joined the United Farm Workers last year. The bishop found out about the contracts after they had been signed by a group of parish priests who sided with the workers.
Good morning, how you doing? I've been watching him. He dealt with diocesan staff over the years, and I was appalled. Good people were losing their jobs, and there was constant flux and chaos.
Another diocesan priest, Father Sam Orispe, also signed a union contract.
It's about justice. It's about respect for workers' rights. It's about giving them a due process, allowing them a voice.
Frankly, they're all women.
Union organizer Rebecca Flores believes the Catholic Church is ignoring the vital role women play, especially in this diocese, where a single priest must manage as many as 4 parishes at once.
The work of the church is really women's work. They've always done it. They do the ministries, they do the religious education, they do everything.
Let's face it, the women make a high percentage of the church. They're the workers. And for whatever reason, we're a liability to the bishop in the sense that he didn't like strong people. You know, he didn't like people who voice their own opinions, who challenge, who dare to ask tough questions.
But Bishop Peña has said he is open to a dialogue with parishioners and staff.
I have also offered to help in any way that I can to bring about the harmony and peace to which the kingdom of God calls us.
For some, the firings have left a terrible sadness.
Realizing that that maybe I don't know, how we can continue to believe in this church that treat people so bad. And I think that's a question that we encounter. How do we continue to love the church?
Parishioners at Holy Spirit Church, where the women work, have raised more than $15,000 for the women's legal expenses. And 6 evenings a week, they hold a vigil outside their church. They vow to stay there until the bishop agrees to undo what they see is an injustice.
We really want the bishop to just make it right, to say, look, I made a mistake, I blew it. We pray and pray and pray. We want a miracle.
That minor miracle may be mediation next week between the union and church to reinstate the fired workers. But whether or not the church will recognize the union contract remains unresolved. We'll be back.
One of these cars is filled with new Shell gasoline.
gasoline specially formulated to give you better mileage. In fact, we have tests to prove it. So, if you took these 3 cars on an identical journey, new Shell gasoline would help one of them go farther.
So, we're all here because of this Windex multi-surface with vinegar?
Yeah,
looks like trouble.
Windex multi-surface with vinegar. You can use it most everywhere to clean lots of surfaces. In your bathroom, your kitchen, all over your home.
Multi-surface? Hey, Wilson, fly down and see if it works on glass, too. Yup, works on glass.
Windex multi-surface with vinegar. Multi-surface means multi-shine. For a wipe with the power to handle tough cleaning jobs, reach for new Windex vinegar wipes.
As far as allergies go, I'm a ragweed grass cat dander who met a cat person. But my allergy medicine wasn't approved for the cat dander, so I asked my doctor about Zyrtec.
Is your allergy medicine treating your indoor and outdoor allergies? Unlike some allergy medicines, prescription Zyrtec is FDA approved for both indoor and outdoor allergies. In studies, drowsiness was the most common side effect. Others included fatigue and dry mouth. Ask your doctor about switching to Zyrtec. Zyrtec. That's Zyrtec. Lots of allergies, just one Zyrtec.
Announcing an amazing achievement in sport. The end of messy athletes' foot creams. Introducing Gold Bond Foot Swabs. Just snap to release the only medicine proven to cure and prevent most athletes' foot. New Gold Bond Foot Swabs. The no mess, no touch cure.
We asked people why they use Colace laxatives.
My doctor recommended it.
My doctor told me.
My son told me.
Your son?
Yes, my son, the doctor.
Stimulant-free Colace capsules. The #1 stool softener brand recommended by doctors.
The best solution for dry skin isn't a bar, bottle, or pump. It's this cloth. New Olay Daily Facials Hydrating. With 80% more of what dry skin needs most. It hydrates better than leading dry skin cleansers. For dewy, luscious skin, forget the bar, bottle, or pump and get yourself a box. Olay Daily Facials. Love the skin you're in. A free customized sample is at olay.com.
Gregory Hines, called the greatest tap dancer of his generation, has died at 57 from cancer. Hines grew up in New York City, where his mother encouraged him to dance his way out of the ghetto, and he did, making music with his feet. Hines tapped his way to a Tony in the Broadway musical Jelly's Last Jam. He once said he couldn't remember not dancing. At the age of 5, he joined his older brother Maurice, dazzling audiences. Hines was the musical score for many of his 20 movies, including Tap and The Cotton Club.
For me, dance is a real expression. I feel like when I'm dancing, I can really say something about my life.
Today, his friend and director George C. Wolfe said he was the last of a kind, and he knew how to command. And that's an abbreviated edition of tonight's CBS Evening News. To see some of the other stories we prepared for this broadcast, please go to cbsnews.com. Later on CBS, 60 Minutes, senior citizens who can't retire. And tomorrow on The Early Show, the latest on the California recall. I'm Gretchen Carlson, CBS News in New York. Good night.
For news 24 hours a day, log on to cbsnews.com. Experience CBS News.
Straight ahead on News Channel 5, 2 mid-state congregations act as one today after an accident leaves one of those congregations with no place to pray. We'll take you to the special service. Plus, back to school time, thousands of parents and kids celebrating before the big day. We'll take you to the Mayor's First Day Festival. The news is now.
From your news and information leader. This is News Channel 5 at 5:30.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Scott Couch. First on 5 tonight, a meth lab explosion leaves a Middle Tennessee man in critical condition. It happened this morning in Hickman County. The victim was airlifted to the hospital after a reported drug lab exploded on Highway 100 in Pleasantville. The victim being treated here in Nashville for what are described as serious burns. We have a crew on the scene. We'll have more on this story tonight on News Channel 5 at 10 o'clock. Now, in other news, members of a Cheatham County church were forced to worship with friends today. That's because they couldn't even get into their own church. News Channel 5's Teresa Bush shows us what brought these two congregations together.
Behold the King that opens up